What's going on, everyone? Bumpkinbros here.
What a
Today,
go do.
together here with my boy Riley, best
What's
friend.
up, everybody?
And what are we going to be talking about
Likewise.
today?
Today, my friend, we are going to be talking about actually, first, Taylor, how have you been doing, my friend?
I've been doing all right. Just been hanging in there, one day at a time. So, life's
Busy.
been, very busy recently. Taking care of the little one and then starting a new job and then just trying to balance life and family and seeing family from the other side of the state and all that stuff. So it's just been a lot to handle all at once, and we're figuring it out. But hey,
Yeah,
we'll get there.
that's good.
So,
So, I know you've been very busy, man, but when you do have time, what games have you been playing?
uh, you know,
If you have
so
had any time, of course.
I did have some time, and I ended up using that time to. I didn't really play many games. I more or less just reset up my Steam Deck for emulation again because the emulator EmuDeck had like an update a while ago, and it was giving me issues running any of my ROMs, so I had to go in there and basically mess around with the settings, get stuff set up again, and then
Sure.
basically got it up and running so then I can, go
Hey,
back and play all my classic games that I really like. And I have all the various controllers around me. I have my, no, oops,
hey,
just dropped the PlayStation
foreshadowing.
controller. But yeah, a
Foreshadowing.
little bit of foreshadowing for a future video. But I got the N64 controller, I got the GameCube controller up there. Um, I just have the regular. Well, actually, this isn't even a regular. This is actually, it's like a PS4 controller, but it
What
has
is that?
so it's like a PlayStation controller. But
Okay.
what I can do is I can pop like a plate out here, and then I can swap these to basically give it like the Xbox orientation. Oops, I just flipped everybody
Oh.
off. My bad, guys. Uh, but so it
Don't
can do
treat your
that,
fans like that.
and then it has the touchpad in the middle, but then it also has like four buttons in the back that you can use. But
Oh,
so
that's
it's
actually really
basically
cool.
like a pro controller, but I got it around Christmas time and it was like $45. But on top of that,
Wow.
I also
That's
have
good.
the good old Wii remote.
Hey, the Wii
So
Remote nunchucks. Is that the red one?
no, it's a pink one. It's my
I was about to say, 'cause
girlfriend's.
they kind of look pinkish. Oh, yeah, there
Yeah.
was some pink ones. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so the one that we had in our apartment had one pink remote, and then my girlfriend, for some
That's
reason, had
right.
one pink remote. So it was like, oh, I guess we got a matching set now, so it works out. Well, I
Yeah.
actually had the black Wii right over there.
Where's my white Wii's over there?
Gotcha. How's that PlayStation 2 holding up for you? Has that been
Dude, it's
good?
still holding. I haven't played it actually in a hot minute, but
That's what
it's still
happens with
holding up
old
pretty good.
consoles. So I mean, it's
There's
more or
just so many
less.
consoles I have, it's hard to like pick and
What
choose,
you what you have to do is you got to get a bookcase or something. You got to put it in the background of your setup so that you can have the old consoles in the
Yes.
background and like
I
for
want to like kind of expand my setup a little bit, so I have a little bit more for background. Well, actually, there's a little bit of space in the background. I could like put a table maybe or something and put stuff in the background because I want to
yeah.
put stuff in the background.
Right now I'm personally really limited cuz I can move the camera over, but my PC's right here. So like I
Oh
have
yeah,
shelves and I have stuff I can display stuff on, but the PC's there kind of taking up a lot of space. And then on top of that,
right.
I can't move this desk very far because all the cords and everything's hooked up to that. So more or less, it's just kind of I would like to find a better spot for everything, but my camera cord's short, and I need to just kind of find a better orientation for everything. But it's one of those things where we'll
Right.
get there. So, but we totally got way off topic there. But sorry.
Yeah.
What games have you
Bye,
been
guys.
playing, Riley? So.
Okay, so really, some games I've been playing. There will be some FNAF Into the Pit coming because I have been playing the crap out of that game, dude. And let me tell you, that game is fun as balls, man. I will tell you, it is such a fantastic. It's a great time. It's a great time.
So I
I've
haven't
been having a
actually.
great time.
I
I've been
have.
scared. It's actually scared me a few times, and the animation's so cool. But
I
go ahead,
haven't
sorry.
seen any of it, and I'm a huge FNAF guy. But like, truth be told, I don't want to be like cliche or anything, but kind of like after MatPat left, I feel like I've kind of checked out of FNAF a little bit, just for the time
Yeah.
being. I mean, like with COD and everything coming up, I've just been more thinking about that more than anything. But I
Right.
mean, I love FNAF, and like it looks like it's kind of like, what is it, like pixel art style,
Yeah, yeah, it's like 80, it's like 80s, like I can't think of
retro
the name of it.
style type,
Retro animation,
arcadey.
kind of, yeah, yeah, arcade-ish. But yeah, it's really cool. I like the animation, and I was gonna have stuff out like right when the game came out, like in parts, just because I wanted to get it out right away. But then both times I recorded it got corrupted, and I had to fix some OBS settings. So now I'm probably just gonna, since this has been out for so long, I'm probably just gonna record all of the game and either post it all as one big video, or I'll post in like two parts that are like whatever it is, split in half or whatever. But yeah, that's where I've been playing that. And then also on the, I've been playing a lot of PlayStation 4. If I haven't been doing that, Uncharted 4. I've been grinding that, trying to get to the end of that game because man, I love the Uncharted games, dude. And
Yes.
Uncharted 4 is so good.
I played a lot of Uncharted 3 and I liked Uncharted 3
Three
a
was
lot.
so good,
Yeah.
dude. Three's it's so, they're all so good in their own right. But I
Isn't
love 4. 4 is by far
is
my favorite so far, and I'm only like halfway through it.
isn't 2 the one where you have the trains scene in the beginning?
Yes, dude, I
Yeah.
love 2. 2 and 4 are probably my favorite. Well, 2, 3, 4 are probably my favorite. 1's really great, but 4 is on another level. Like 4 is on another level, but 2 and 3 are like on the same level, I'd say. 2 maybe a little bit more, but 4 is just, oh my god, dude. 4, the it's the look of it, the voice acting, the story, it's all just, it's like a perfect game, dude. Like when we were talking about our favorite games each year, if I had to pick one game, that would probably be the game I picked for that year. Because oh my god, the story, dude, Naughty Dog, mwah. Love you guys. Last of Us, Uncharted, Crash Bandicoot, guys are legends.
Yeah, they
Company.
definitely do a fantastic job with their single player games. I mean, I can't think of a single like multiplayer Naughty Dogs game that I can really think of off the top of
Yeah,
my
me
head.
neither, not really.
I'm sure
But
somebody in the comments will
their
let us know.
stories. Yeah, yeah, they
So,
probably do have it, but their single player games,
oh, I
I
know
know of.
one. Crash Team Racing, dude.
Oh yeah, that
Stupid
game's actually
me.
not bad, not a bad game. Not their best though. Definitely not their best, but it's kind of fun and it's kind of feels like a Crash game, but it kind of feels like Crash Mario Kart.
Mhm.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
Crash was a big part of my childhood. I mean, I played a lot of PS1, PS2 growing up. I mean,
yeah.
Twin Cortex. Oh wait, no, I can't remember.
Cortex, Neo
No,
Cortex,
yeah, no, but there's I'm trying to think of the game's name, but
Twin Sanity.
Twin Sanity. No, it wasn't that one. It was shoot. What was your favorite one? And I can look it up real quick. Out of the
Out of
Crash
the
Bandicoot.
well, I've been playing the Ignited the trilogy of the like the remastered of the old games, but out of the three, probably 1 and 2 are probably my favorite. 2 is Strikes Back, or like Neo Cortex Strikes Back or something like that, and 1 is just called Crash Bandicoot. But those are probably my favorite, 1 and 2.
I don't know why, but I remember playing a lot of Crash of the Titans on like
Oh, I
DS
never
for
played
some
that one
reason.
before. I
That
never played that
was
one.
it was
Warped
a
is the third one. That one's pretty good too.
Warped was the one that I played a ton of.
But I
Yeah.
love 1 and I think 1 and 2 are like, I just feel like 1 and 2 are I just like those better. But I understand like with nostalgia reasons, like, you'd probably have 3. But
Honestly, I mean, yeah, truth be told, Warped was the one that I played a ton of growing up, but I
yeah,
remember playing a lot of Crash of the Titans on my DS and just I never ended up completing it.
and
But
it's kind of different because you're playing the original games and I was playing like the
yeah,
remasters, so they are a little different.
what
If I'm
was it?
correct.
Crash Wrath of Cortex was another one that I
Yeah,
played a
that's
lot
another
of.
one. Never played that
Um,
one.
you didn't play that one? That was a pretty
No,
solid one.
I've only played the trilogy.
Gotcha, the
Pretty
trilogy.
recent. I've only played the trilogy. I haven't even played the. Did you play Crash 4, the one that came out
No,
like?
I didn't play the newer Crashes. I only played
Yeah,
some of the OG ones. So,
some of the old ones. Gotcha, gotcha.
but even
Okay,
then,
okay.
was it
Like some others
good?
too.
Well, I've heard really good things about Crash
I haven't
4.
played 4. 4 is the only one I didn't play. I played a little bit of. I've beat 1 and 2, and I've played most of 3, but I haven't
Gotcha,
beat it all the way through.
gotcha. Well, I guess that we can get off the random bandwagons that we've been going
of
off of. I know
game,
that.
yeah, random game rants we've been talking
But hey,
about.
I mean, I love catching up, and it feels like it's
Same.
been forever since we've been able to sit down and actually just talk about games and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And I mean, with so many, there's a bunch of different games coming out, but the main one that we want to talk about today,
Indiana Jones.
yes, dude,
Not today. Not today.
the new
We're not talking about
Sonic
that today.
game,
But I'm
Sonic
excited
and
for that.
Shadow, looks pretty good.
Dude, I saw the trailer for that. That looks really good, bro. I'm excited for that as
So
well.
a lot of good games coming out, including Black
Yes.
Ops 6, which I mean, for Black Ops 6,
October.
personally, I mean,
A lot of people are back and forth on it right now.
yeah, exactly. And I really wanted to talk about that because like yeah, I mean like I played the beta. I wanted to make a video on the beta and I mean about my thoughts and everything like that. And we ended up recording a podcast, but I don't think we ended up
Yeah.
releasing it because our audio just
It's
kind of got messed up
audio
on it.
was kind of corrupted there. Yeah.
Yeah, so we do apologize for that, guys, because we did want to give you guys kind of our
But
thoughts
we'll
like
kind of
on
do a
the
little
spot.
one right now, I
Yeah, so
guess.
let's do like a micro one right now because honestly, I mean,
I've been enjoying it. The multiplayer aspect, like I know there's been some complaints, but as a casual Call of Duty multiplayer fan, I've been having a fun time with the multiplayer. The one I'm blanking on the names because it's been a minute. Um, Rewind was pretty
Rewind was
fun.
this, yeah, Rewind.
Skyline, I enjoyed quite a lot.
Skyline was the city, not the city
Derelict
one. There was Skyline was the one where you were up on the
Mansion. That's
apartments.
the
Yeah.
mansion. Yeah, yeah, yeah. With the hot pool. I like
Yep.
that one a lot.
Dire.
Derelict was pretty good.
Yep.
Or dialect, however you want to say
That
it.
was the woods one, right?
Yeah, kind of like with the it was like yeah, kind of in the wooded area with like the graffitied like
Yeah, the
subways,
graffiti
whatever.
train. And
Yeah,
then
graffiti
then
train.
the last one had that giant satellite dish. I can never remember
Yeah,
the name of that
that
one.
one's fun,
Uplink,
but I don't get that
Uplink.
map
That's
that
what it
yeah,
is.
uplink. I don't get that map that often, but I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I felt like, although if you peeked your head out of some areas, you would get absolutely
Yeah,
blasted by
dude, and
somebody
there's some
sniping.
crazy camping spots. Oops, sorry. And there's some
No,
crazy camping spots too.
yeah, absolutely, you're correct. There are some. That was something that was getting under my nerves and something that I forgot about Call of Duty. Call of Duty multiplayers is the people that
Especially nowadays.
freaking camp, man. It gets
Yeah.
so annoying, bro. Get
It
your
gets so
ass
old
out of
so
the
fast.
corner, dude.
I'm like the so opposite. I like run into. That's my issue. That's why I do like my ratio so bad because I just like run into the gunfire
Well, like,
like a
it
bad man.
doesn't
I
even.
need to balance it a little bit, but
Well, you can balance it and all that stuff, but if the dude's just sitting there with a freaking shotgun, you get not
so
even a split
annoying.
second to react to it. It's like, dude,
Especially like hiding in the corner, you just walk and turn, and then you just shot in the face.
or you don't even get the opportunity to turn and you just get
Yeah,
blasted from the
you just
back of
get
the
blasted
head.
into space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that happened all the time on high rise in that bedroom by the one spawn.
Uh,
Uh,
what game is that on BO6?
not high rise. Stinking, yeah, BO6, the one where you're in the Scott City scraper, and it's like the mansion almost.
Oh, oh, Skyline.
Yeah, Skyline,
Yeah, yeah,
where yeah, the one spawn, kind of by that hidden elevator that you could go into.
yes.
That one was so bad for
That
campers.
that was so annoying, dude. Yes, every time it was pretty much a death trap every time I went up there.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, there was definitely a little bit of a paid advantage for those who pre-ordered because you got
100%.
guns with attachments that you wouldn't get the attachments for if you didn't grind for a very long time to
It
be
was
able to
better
get
not getting
those
the $100 one.
attachments. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then skins and all that stuff. So I mean, I was personally rocking it because I'm a bastard. Sue me. Um, but it was yeah, I mean there are a few things that I spend money on, but Call of Duty, if I feel like I'm excited for it, I will genuinely get I barely ever pre-order games, and the
Yeah.
last two games that I pre-ordered was Battlefield 1 because that game was
Wow, that was a long. That
dope.
was 8 years ago, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
8
loving that
years
game. I
ago.
love that game.
And then Black Ops 3.
Which is even older than Battlefield. 9
2016.
years ago.
So
2015.
2015. Yeah, so 9
9 years
years
ago.
ago. So
So
I
10
literally
years
haven't
this year.
pre-ordered a game in almost 9 years. So it's like
Next year.
finally, okay, I will pre-order a game. So you guys can't give me crap because I do not just drop my cash on dumb crap like that all the time.
That
So
is smart. I was gonna say, dude, right after the BO6 beta was over, I had to go to Cold War where I had bought a bunch of bought a bunch of skins from like the past, like because it's been out since 2020s, dude. So I
yeah.
had to go back there and like feel good again and just like some crush some games. But
I
yeah,
definitely
that's all I
did
was
find myself
saying.
playing Cold War more after the beta.
Dude, yeah, I will say it did make me want to go back and play some Cold War. So hopefully when BO6 comes out, I want to play BO6 and not just want to go back to Cold War. I
But
do
at
hope
the
that.
same time, that kind of brings me into one of the complaints about BO6, which a lot of people are saying that it is essentially just,
Carbon copy.
yeah, Cold War 2, essentially, with not
Feel it.
many changes, not many huge improvements. I
Dude,
mean,
the Omni movement's crazy,
eh,
life game changing. Oh, so,
whoa!
dude, I don't even. You can't even compare, man.
Dude, that's crazy. I mean, it's been in other games too, though, so it's not like
Like Cold War,
it's
like well, I guess no, not Cold
not
War, but
not
like
Call of Duty games. It's new to Call of Duty, but it's been in other
oh, you
games
mean it
in
was in other
general.
games? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but I mean,
Really? What other game?
I have heard it in the past. Do you want me to do the research right now?
No, no,
You're
no.
really
It's
gonna
okay.
put me
Sorry.
on the
I didn't. No,
spot
no,
like
no.
that,
Sorry.
dude? All
I
right,
didn't know if
no,
you could
no,
do
no.
or
I
not.
see how it is.
I
I
didn't know
see
if you
how
could
it is.
do or not.
What other
You know,
games have
yeah.
Omni
You don't know off the top of your head. You don't have to
movement?
look it up. I didn't know.
Well, you're putting me on the spot, so I gotta.
Sue me. I don't know.
Ooh, well, stupid Google is trying to tell me that Black Ops 6 is the only game with Omni movement, but I'm 90% sure that other games have movement like this, but it's just with a different
That's a
name.
wrap.
So,
Yeah, probably just with a different name. Yeah.
if anybody would like to grill me in the comments, go ahead, because more engagement means, better for the video. So, if you want to grill me,
Exactly.
please go ahead. I mean, tell me I'm
Grill him.
wrong all you want.
Whip out the foreman and put his. No, never mind. I won't go there. But whip out the foreman grill. Said grill.
I'm just gonna leave that conversation.
Yeah.
What were you trying to?
All right.
What were you trying to put my in the foreman?
Whoa. No, I would never. Not never. I
Oh
would never
yeah,
touch
yeah,
your
yeah. Sure,
GameCube
sure,
controller.
pal. Sure, pal. Trying to
GameCube
put my
controller. I would never even
middle.
think of
Trying to put my third stick in the foreman, dude.
it.
What's wrong with you, bro?
Third stick.
Bro's trying to put my third stick in the foreman. But back to Black Ops 6.
Oh yeah. What else do we want to say about Black Ops 6?
The zombies side of things. I would love to talk about the
Did we play any?
zombies.
Oh yeah, we didn't really get to play
Good
any
old
zombies, but there was
Liberty
a lot of
Balls.
yes, Liberty Balls. We talked about that in the podcast, but yes, it didn't come out. So
Yep.
Liberty Balls, man. Okay, so
Yes.
refresh me on Liberty Balls.
So thank you, Mr. Awful Waffles, for the legendary title for the video, or
Yes.
for your video. That was a peak, peak comedy,
BO6. Oh, peak comedy.
peak BO6 comedy so far. But essentially, everybody's just upset because the zombies and like this second map that was supposed to come out that everybody was excited for has a lot of things that they doesn't have a lot of the things that they were promising and building up to. And
Right.
the big thing with the showcase before the beta came out was they were talking about how they're putting all this time and energy into making Black Ops 6 feel, uniquely zombies and all this and that. And then during that time, they're showing multiplayer footage of the Rewind map,
Yep.
and people are playing in Rewind for 60 minutes, and then the zombies map that they show literally is using Liberty Falls is literally using like 90% of the assets from Rewind.
Rewind. Right.
And
So it
it's like,
feels lazy.
yeah, extremely lazy, and it's like
Yeah.
they're basically blatantly lying in your face, and then instantly show you that it was so like such
Right.
bad marketing, A, to
Yeah.
begin with, and
Terrible.
then B, like what a joke. But people are pissed off about the HUD. They're pissed off about how easy the map's going to be, considering people were getting to round 50. They're just pissed off at
Yeah.
Activision in general and Treyarch, because
Activision sucks.
the the 1 and 2 like zombies guys that were there, when they got to like round 41, they literally had people come over and tell them, turn off the game right now. and tell
'Cause they
them
were
to stop
getting
the
too
game
high.
because they were getting too high. But they let like these multiplayer people get to round 50 and that sort of stuff. These people. So currently, like the world
That's weird.
record holder is just some multiplayer, player
That's why
streamer.
would they that doesn't make any why would they even do that?
Exactly. It's the dumbest
Like,
thing ever. So
it
it's
doesn't make any sense.
yeah, it was complete garbage. So they're just being screwy and being Activision, and then people are upset about the lack of content in that map, the lack of zombies feel, the fact that they said that we're gonna have like 4 playable characters that are specifically for that map, and then when they showed it off, they're like, yeah, you guys can pick your operators and go into it. It's like, no, you guys said that this would have 4 unique characters and you didn't
Yeah.
do that. So people are just really fed up with and honestly, it's really killed a lot of my
Hype?
hype and enthusiasm after we saw that. And, it's supposed to
Yeah.
build hype. And now I'm just like, oh, great. I guess we'll see it. Now it just makes me wonder, will they fix it or not before the game comes out? Will they
Right, and they
actually
don't have a
address
lot of time.
issues? No, they're running out of time very quickly. I mean, there's been
Right.
different leaks that there might be different HUDs that you can change over to make it feel more zombies like, and that, they might have locked different things behind different things during the showcase so that we couldn't see all the things that they were working on.
Hmm.
But it's a giant cluster fuck right now. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's really killed the hype for the game for me personally. And now it's just like,
Understandable.
okay, well, how am I going to make content for this game? And then what do I do if the reception isn't good? And all of this stuff that we wanted to build towards. And it just makes you think. But it definitely
Right.
isn't like the good old
Hopefully
days. So,
yeah, right, the good old days of zombies, Hopefully we can get some zombie stuff out and maybe do some multiplayer stuff too. I mean, hopefully we
yeah.
can get some
I mean,
stuff
I'll
out.
be primarily focusing on zombies, and then when we play multiplayer together, we can upload that and do that sort of
Yeah, maybe
stuff.
I'll
But
primarily focus on multiplayer. You primarily focus on. Well, I'll probably do both in the beginning,
yeah,
depending. But maybe just for posting content, and then
we'll
whenever we play
figure it out
together,
because
we'll
at the
just
end of the
decide.
day,
But
our
yeah, we'll figure it out.
schedule dictates everything, and yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah. All
but
right. So, do we want to hop into the second part of the video?
yeah, we can definitely hop into the second part of the video, and that will
Unless you
be
got anything else to say about BO6.
honestly, like I said, I'm gonna continue to try to stay positive about BO6, but we'll just have to see how it goes. But
Yeah.
all right, we are back, and we are gonna continue the podcast now with our discussion of the greatest game, the greatest Call of Duty, and honestly, why we love it.
Maybe.
Black
Okay.
Ops
Okay.
2.
We'll say greatest because that's probably what the title will
Honestly,
be.
I don't even know if we can
But I
say.
might have Black Ops above Black Ops 2, in
I
my
would just
opinion. In my
say,
opinion.
and everybody has their own opinion. I'd put Black Ops 3 above Black Ops 2, but I would just say that, what was it? Shit.
I don't know,
I
but
had a
probably
perfect
peak
title for the
multiplayer and
video.
zombies.
I had a perfect title for the video. Oh yeah, why we love Black Ops 2. Simple as that.
Yeah.
So why do we love Black Ops 2?
It's up there though, top 5 Call of Duty for sure. I love
Easily.
this game. It's so amazing.
Why
Uh,
does everybody love Black Ops 2? So
I don't. The multiplayer is
there's
just
something
so
for
nostalgic for me now. Now it's just so nostalgic for me. But
the thing about Black Ops 2 is that there's always something for you to enjoy, and that's the greatness of it. And Jesus, I can fix the camera. I think that's the beauty of Black Ops 2 is no matter if you're a zombies fan, a multiplayer fan, or a campaign fan, you got your
great.
fill in Black
Yeah.
Ops 2. And I mean, for me being a zombies fan, the beginning was shaky, but it really became one of the best near the end with the amazing DLCs that came out. I know that both of us had an amazing time with the multiplayer throughout growing
Oh,
up and playing
yeah.
it with split screen with friends and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
Sticks and Stones, gun game, one in the chamber.
And then the campaign being just one of the greatest campaigns for COD.
I do love this campaign. like it's up there for me. I love this campaign. I got the first Black Ops campaign, first Black Ops campaign. Nothing touches it for me, but two is really good too. I love the 1980s missions and like how like certain aspects affect like the later portion of the game. The ending with how it's got like different. You can choose to like kill him, like just arrest him. I think let him go. I'm not sure all the endings, but there's like a bunch of different endings. Love the ending with the game. Do you remember the mission when you accidentally like shoot Mason or whatever? You're like
Oh my
sniping and you
gosh,
accidentally
dude.
and you shoot me. Yeah, I
You have
love
to
that
shoot him in the
mission.
leg instead to be
Yeah,
able to
yeah. Or if
pass
you
it.
like shoot him, if you shoot him in the head, like the mission failed or whatever. Like that was crazy. I remember the
No,
first
they
time
let
doing
you
that.
pass the mission if you shot him in the head. It
Oh yeah,
just
that
it
that would
affected the
it would affect the
storyline.
storyline. Yeah, because yeah, you're right. I forgot
Because if
about
you
that.
shot him in the leg, then he would be alive later on.
I remember playing like later down the line after I knew, I'd be like, oh my god, like because Carson was playing it for the first time and he never done it before, and I'm like, oh my god, and I didn't tell him, and they like shot him, and it was great, but not
Dude,
not really relevant, but it's just fun. I love that mission altogether, and there's some great missions in this game, like the first one when you like rescue Woods, he's like been tortured or whatever inside a truck. You got to
yeah.
rest. That was like the first mission. There's some great missions in this game. I will
So
say though, go ahead.
So for those of you that haven't played the BO2 campaign, first off, what are you doing here? Second off, uh, let me give a quick rundown for all of you guys that may have forgotten, just to kind of get you up to speed on Black Ops 2 and kind of like
Good call. Good
where the
call.
campaign was that we left off after Black Ops 1. So like Black Ops 2's campaign is set in an interconnected time period, so we kind of go back and forth between the Cold War and the 1980s playing as
Mhm.
Alex Mason. And then we go into the future in 2025 playing as his son, David Mason, and kind of you switch between kind of the past and the present to kind of see how Raul Menendez got into power and what he's doing.
Yeah.
And dude, so you have a lot of like you had like your iconic characters like Woods and Alex
Mason.
Mason and
Yeah.
yeah, so it was really I really enjoyed the campaign when I did play through it years ago. Um,
Mhm.
my main takeaway is that there's a plane called the USS Obama,
The USS Obama, really? I don't remember
or a
that.
plane or a ship called the USS Obama in the game.
That's
But
funny.
and that at the end,
Predicted the wait. No, but Obama was already president. I thinking about things.
but at the ending, they had a sequence. This is my favorite part of the whole campaign,
Mm.
where
Mhm.
essentially Woods comes up and he's been in a wheelchair the whole game. And for some reason, I don't know how you get to this credit scene, but it's like everybody's on stage and they're about to play in a band. And then he gets up from his wheelchair and he's like, nah, I never needed that thing the whole time. I was just being lazy. And then proceeded to rock out. So that is
That's
my
like that's like S tier Woods. That's like peak Woods.
peak Woods right there is that scene. And that I will never forget from the BO2 campaign.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. That definitely catches everybody up. And just one last thing I want to say about the campaign. I just think that the 1980 missions. Also, one more thing. So Black Ops 1 took place in the 60s. So it takes place 20 years later when you're talking about the 80s, and then technically it would be like 60 years later if you're talking about the future missions. But uh, I just think that 80s missions in Black Ops 2 are a lot more memorable to me and stand out a lot more to me than the ones in the present day or well, next year will be present day,
Yeah.
2025, the BO2 missions. And I just think the BO1 campaign is a little bit stronger. I just like to point out the negatives too. I think it's amazing campaign. But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about that game. About the campaign. You got anything else you want to say?
The fact that it had multiple endings and the
Multiple
fact that
endings,
I
top
love
tier.
that mission where you get to ride a horse.
Yes, riding the horseman. Yeah, that is a really fun mission.
Name any other COD you get to ride a horse in. Hmm.
I don't think there's another one.
I think there's only Cold War is the only other one with alternative endings. So,
Yep, that is the only other one with alternative endings. So
but
yeah, Black Ops 2 was the first one to do it and was the only one for a long time.
but
Because
moving
Cold War
on
didn't come for like
from
8 years.
the campaign, which honestly is great. Let's move
Hmm.
into the multiplayer because the
Oh
multiplayer
yeah,
was I put a lot of time into the multiplayer
me too, dude.
between playing it with friends and then also just hopping online casually and playing it and ranking up and prestiging and just playing. It was just so much fun. It was easily the probably the best multiplayer for Call of Duty that they
Well,
ever
one of
had.
my most fun experiences with multiplayer. Yeah, definitely.
I
Just the
think that they
memory,
did
the
a
most best memories I have with multiplayer
I
from
think
Call
it
of Duty.
had the best creative class with like the pick 10 system
I
where
love.
it was
Yes.
balanced, but they had phenomenal guns. The gun selection was
Oh
really
my God,
I
the
mean
gun
there were
selection
good
was
guns, there
amazing.
were bad guns. I mean everything wasn't
The good
optimal,
guns
but
were.
the good guns, whew. But
Whew.
bad guns uh
Yeah,
SMR.
yeah.
Bleh.
SMR. No, don't even speak of it.
SMR. So
SMR.
but essentially, I mean, like there was a lot of fun things about this. I mean, I really liked the wild card system, how they had that in there, and I really enjoyed. I mean, me personally, I know that a lot. It got annoying to see people using riot shields all the time.
Oh my
That was
God,
a
I hated
big pet peeve of mine.
Rush.
But
Me
yeah,
too.
I mean, I had just so many late nights playing on Nuketown 2025, and
Hmm.
like
I love Nuketown. One of my favorite Nuketown. Like all the Nuketowns are great in their own right, but Nuketown 2025, I love Nuketown 2025, dude.
yeah, it definitely, there's something special about Newtown 2025 in particular that just stands out because it's like the more refined version of the original, but it isn't
Yeah,
like totally. I mean, even then, I can't even say that the one in BO3 is like
I
totally
love
out
the
of whack because
BO3s.
I
I
love
love
the
the BO3.
BO3 one
Me
too.
too.
Like,
And I like Cold Wars as well. I can't picture BO4s,
Cold
but I really
Wars
like
is
Cold Wars.
probably my least favorite. Nah,
I would say
I
BO4
would
probably
say
just because of camera.
BO4. Yeah, BO4s is probably my least favorite. But I mean, overall, I loved the multiplayer. It was a lot of fun.
Me too. A couple of maps I wanted to shout out. Standoff. I love that with the run
Ta-
downtown. I have a lot of memories. That was
yes,
another one that we played a lot growing up.
trying to
Love that
quick
map.
scope with the ballista and the DSR 50.
Dude, yes, the ballista and the DSR 50. Oh my God. Some of the great B23R pistol. I love the
Oh, the
pist.
executioner pistol is a
Oh my
classic.
God. Yes,
So
dude. Another mission. I think we had I'm not sure if this was the very first boat map we ever got, but hijacked. I loved hijacked. I
oh,
know some people are
hijacked.
mixed with that one, but I loved hijacked. That was a great
Hijacked is a
mission.
cult
Great map.
classic, man.
It's a classic. It's a classic. Yeah, and of course Nuketown was the other one I wanted to shout out. But yeah, that's pretty much all the maps I wanted to shout out. Any other guns I wanted to say?
I
Nah, I'm
love,
good.
but if you were to pick a favorite gun,
Ooh, sub. Actually, I wanted to shout out the Vector. I love the Vector, dude. Love the
would
Vector.
you say that's your favorite gun?
Oh, favorite gun? Oh, crap. MTAR's up there.
I know
MTAR
it's a tough
Scar.
decision.
Okay, if I have to pick one, I gotta go with my boy, the MTAR. I love the MTAR. No, Galil. Galil. Final answer, Galil. I love the
Galil's
Galil.
not in the game, my friend. That's a
Is it only
BO1
in
gun.
zombies?
Yep, only in zombies.
Well, Galil's in BO2 zombies, but it's
Yep,
not in
BO2
multiplayer.
zombies, not in the multiplayer though,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Favorite zombies gun. Okay, favorite
Okay,
multiplayer gun. I'll go with MTAR.
MTAR. I would
Yes, I love
probably go with. Honestly, that's tough because again, I love the Vector. It's a phenomenal gun.
Oh, or Vector.
I really love the M27, and then also what is it? Yeah, the
I like the Scorpion a lot too.
M27, the Scorpion was a solid one, and the PDW 57 was
Yes, the
some of my
PDW, dude.
favorites. But
It's hard to pick. It's hard to pick one, but there's a lot of
yeah,
great ones.
so many good guns in the multiplayer, and I mean, so many countless hours. It's really a shame that these days, if you try to play the multiplayer, you're bound, unless you're playing it on console. If you're playing on console, you'll just enter a hacked lobby. But like if you play on
Yeah, I
PC,
hate that.
you're genuinely at risk of, you know, getting into a lobby where somebody can hack into your computer. So take that with a
So it's
warning,
it's
people
literally
playing on
dangerous to
PC.
get into.
Yes. And
Yeah,
because Activision doesn't secure any of their freaking servers and they let hackers run them for their
that's
older
crazy,
games.
bro.
Yeah,
That the game's like 12 years old and they don't
yeah,
shit.
and it's unplayable on PC because of that. And then if people
That's why
try to,
people are hoping for the remaster, probably.
yes, exactly. That's what I'm really hoping for, because it's nigh unplayable unless you have a group of people that magically can all connect into a lobby together or something like that.
I know. I only play with like buddies and like my brother now. If I even play the multiplayer, I don't even go online really.
Oh, you know what was a classic with the multiplayer? Gun
Hmm.
game, dude. Gun
Oh my god, I
game.
forgot to mention that when we were talking about gun game.
The
I love gun.
party
That's like,
games, dude, like
dude,
Sticks and
I'm making a video
Stones.
about like in every Call of Duty one day, just because I love gun. It's like my favorite game of probably of all time. I just love it so much,
I
dude.
loved Sticks and Stones a lot too,
Me
where it was
too.
basically knives only and crossbows with
Yes,
tomahawks.
it's
That
so
was
fun, dude. So many great
so
moments doing like
good.
fun trick shots. It's just so fun doing it.
Nothing
That
was
game
more
mode is so good.
satisfying than getting a tomahawk from like
Dude, the tomahawks.
way
Yes.
across the map. That was like a pure show of skill.
Satisfying.
So,
That's literally the most satisfying thing ever, dude. I still
absolutely.
do that sometimes with like grenades and tomahawks and stuff. Just like you eat one, just to hope for the best.
Unfortunately, dude, but you know what they did in BO2 that they didn't do in BO1 that I was kind of disappointed with? They
Hmm.
wouldn't let you chuck explosives for like the first 5 or 10 seconds of the match. So like in BO1 in like Newtown per se, you could chuck
Yeah.
a grenade up at the right angle and get it at the right spot so that right when people were leaving the spawn, they would essentially hit your grenade instantly and you'd get like a massive kill streak right off the start. But then in
Oh, they took
BO2,
that
they
away.
basically said, "Hey, you can't use lethal grenades for the first like 5 seconds of the match."
That's still a thing they do,
I think
like in
so.
newer consoles.
Yeah.
Because I noticed that in certain game modes in Cold War, where they wouldn't let me throw like tacticals and grenades. I think it was in Gunfight where I noticed it. It was like they wouldn't let me throw it for the first like 5 seconds or something like that. Very
Yeah.
annoying.
They did that to counteract that because it was so fun. Why they always gotta ruin the things that
They
were
gotta ruin the fun,
fun?
dude. Oh, dude, another BO2 classic. Oh my god, why can't I think of the name? Jumping and like landing on your stomach.
Oh
I can
yes,
think of
dolphin dive or not?
dolphin diving.
Yes,
Yeah,
dolphin
dolphin diving.
diving.
Yes, bro. Yes,
Before they had
classic.
all the sliding action and all that stuff.
Yes, it was like the very first thing they ever added, kind of resembling it a little bit.
I mean, they had dolphin diving in BO1,
They
but
did?
yeah, they had dolphin diving in
Oh,
BO1.
okay, okay.
So, yeah, they had
I forgot
dolphin
to shout
diving
it.
in BO1. They had it
Sorry,
in
BO1. I didn't
multi.
realize.
I'm pretty sure they had it in the Modern Warfare 2 and 3 too. So, I think that it started happening after Ghosts was when they started the sliding stuff with Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, yeah. That
So,
I don't actually. I don't. There's some. We'll get to Advanced Warfare one day.
I know you have a soft spot for Advanced Warfare, and
I do have a little stuff.
I know that
I don't
psychopaths
like the
often
exo
like
stuff.
weird things, so you know
I like multiplayer in the single player.
it all adds up. It's okay, you know.
Yeah, yeah. It all ends up. We all like our own things.
Yeah, you know,
I also got a soft spot for Ghost too. The campaign's fire.
yeah, you know, yeah.
Multiplayer's
Clearly,
eh.
ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm dealing with a psychopath here. Can you guys put in the comment
Campaign.
section if
I'm not saying Ghost is good. I'm saying the campaign's
this
good.
guy just said that Ghosts and Advanced Warfare are better than BO2 and BO3?
I didn't say that. You put words in my mouth.
I know,
Words
I
in my
know.
mouth. I
I'm
wouldn't have
just
said that.
joking.
He's lying, guys. Don't believe him.
This
He's a
guy's.
liar.
We're in two different camps. We got our.
I would have Ghost and Advanced Warfare in like C or D tier probably, but I still enjoy. I wouldn't have
Yeah,
Modern
yeah,
Warfare.
sure. Cuts
Probably
down
C.
to you scratching
Maybe
up.
B for Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure on your other monitor you got your tier list pulled up and you just switched it
Yeah, you
down
want to
from
see?
S tier down to C tier.
Nope.
I'm kidding. I know. I'm just joking. It's like shit. I gotta switch it down to C tier to make my story accurate. But let's see. But I guess we can.
Zombies?
Yeah, let's move on to the zombies. I mean, dude, we had a lot of fun.
Oh my
A
god,
lot of
there's
fun
so many.
sleepovers growing up playing
Town,
Town, dude. Almost
classic.
crashing PlayStation 3s when you get like the hammer on split screen
Oh
between
my god,
four
the hammer pack
people.
a punch, dude, the Galil, the hammer, RPD, all pack a punch is just crazy.
Just break the map, and then the one person that has the
Yes.
ray gun, revive me, bro. I
Oh
have
yeah,
the
and the
ray
ray gun.
gun. So, do you remember there was a little trick in town with the perk tombstone, where you'd get 3 perks, and then you'd get tombstone, and then you'd basically kill yourself off at the end of the round while other people were there. You'd let like your tombstone icon spawn in, and then
Mhm.
when you spawn into the match, you go and you run and you pick up the other perks that you didn't get previously. And then when you go and pick up your
Oh.
tombstone logo, it'll give you your perks back, and then it'll give you your perks back on top of the perks that you just purchased. So that was one of the few
Oh,
ways to get more than 4 perks growing up.
oh, that so I did not know that. Why didn't you guys ever tell me that? Did you guys even ever do that? Like, never really
I
thought of
didn't learn it
it?
until probably the last year that I was playing town a lot and that sort of stuff.
Okay, yeah,
So,
yeah,
and I did that a lot
yeah.
more. I couldn't do it solo, but I remember doing it a few times. But that was a trick that I always
I never
remember
knew
for
that.
town. So,
That's funny, dude. That's cool.
but easily
So
town's probably my favorite Black Ops 2 map.
I probably for me too, dude. Town's such a classic. I have so many fond memories on that map. It's so good, dude.
And
The pack a
I'm
punch.
And for all you zombies people out there that are like, this guy's insane, he didn't say Mob of the Dead or Origins.
Oh, I love Mob of the Dead though. Don't
I
get me wrong.
love Mob of the Dead. I love
Love Origins
Origins,
too.
man. But for the pure
Love
memories and the pure nostalgia, my
I
favorite
have.
has to be Town.
I
There's,
like how we both have that. We have similar memories.
but like, Transit fell on its
All right.
face. Let's be honest.
Transit, we did play that. We did play that one sometimes, but it was never as good whenever we played
Yeah.
it.
Well,
I would always die in the stupid gremlin fog.
it would be like 1 out of every 10 Transit matches would be a good match.
Yeah, yeah.
And when
It was. I
as
liked it back then,
opposed
but
to every map of town could be a good match. So it was kind of like, why not just go for town when, as opposed to transit for
yeah,
most of the time when you're playing with people. But I mean, like, don't get me wrong, transit, it has its quality
like
things and whatnot. I'm not gonna continue to, I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's the worst map of all time because other maps have taken that spot at this point. It will still be
yeah.
trans shit forever because the fog, the denizens coming and scratching your face
Back in
off.
2012, there wasn't a lot of bad Call of Duty
Yeah,
zombies maps, but now we have a
exactly.
lot, and there's a lot of people probably look back at Transit. Maybe we're a little hard on it, like
Yeah.
compared to a lot of like
But
World War
when you
II
look at
zombie
like
maps. Like,
but like you think about like the atmosphere, like the
yeah,
feeling that you
the
got when
atmosphere is
playing
terrifying. That
Transit.
map is creepy, bro,
Dude,
especially when you get trapped.
that startup intro song, do do do
Oh
do
yeah,
do
dude.
do 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 do, dude, where it's like that 50s
Right.
music,
Hiya!
dude,
Yeah,
classic.
dude, so good.
So good. But
But
I
yeah,
mean,
like I don't
Transit,
even.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, like I don't even hate it, but just like when I think of just like even in BO2 with like Mob of the Dead and like Origins and like what are some other
You had
BO2 maps?
it was Die Rise and then Buried.
Buried, Night Mob, love you. Buried, yeah, just like all those maps. There's a lot more better maps when you just like compare Transit. But
Yeah.
like Transit isn't even a bad map in my eyes, but like
Yeah. I
there's just a lot
mean,
better ones.
yeah, there are, it's difficult. There's just
I don't have it right
a
now.
lot of small things that make it that annoy a lot of people and just make it more
Mhm.
difficult, and it's not
There's
a
stuff that
map
annoys
that
me
you can
too.
hop on and have a good run every single time, and that's just the
Yeah,
reality of it, and a lot of people don't like
exactly.
that, and that's why it gets,
Finding the parts.
yes, finding the parts one at a time,
Always a hassle.
having the jet gun being in there, and the jet gun being one of the worst, if not wonder weapons of all time. If you don't know how to use it nowadays, people know how to use it, so you like quickly you use it for a little bit and then you swap weapons and then you pull it out again and then you use it a little bit, and that's like the main
Huh.
way that you keep it from breaking. But like nobody knew that, so like
Yeah, yeah, I never knew
they would
that.
just use it, and then it would break and then all the parts would go back to where they were before. Like I have never put the gun together one time because I just felt like I never wanted to waste my time doing it. And I'm a huge zombies fan. I've played Transit a
Right.
lot, but I've never spent my time doing that. So
Do you remember that fan thing that
Yeah,
you'd
the
have to carry
turbine,
around?
dude.
Yeah, the turbine.
To get
Yeah, yeah.
Pack-a-Punch was such a pain
It
in
was
transit,
oh my god. How
where
did
you
you get
had
in
you had
this
to
game?
leave, you had to bring a turbine, leave it at the power station by a door, and then make your way all the way to town, then blow open the town safe with a grenade, and then
Yeah.
make your way downstairs, build the Pack-a-Punch. Oh, no, no, no. You had to hope that when you blew up that door with the grenade, that door in the safe was open, because it would only open if it was powered by the turbine that was at the power station. But
Right.
the turbine only lasts so long, and it can get destroyed by zombies very easily. So it was like, and even then, when you open it up, you don't get Pack-a-Punch open for the full game. It's only for that short period of time. So
Right.
it was just such a pain in the ass for doing
Yeah.
small stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, transit, meh.
Meh. I'd have it like right in the middle.
And honestly, that kind of goes for the next map too, Die Rise, which I don't know if you played a lot of this, because I feel like if you weren't a huge zombies fan, you don't really remember this one too much, because basically it was on like two skyscrapers and in China, and you basically had to,
China.
instead of maps, being horizontal, and you get different rooms and stuff like that, and you go across the map. This one was more vertical. So basically, and a lot of it was just waiting. You were basically playing elevator waiting simulator, just to be able to get to the
Gotcha.
different floors that you wanted to get to. The Sliquifier Wonder Weapon,
Oh, snap.
excellent. I love the Sliquifier. Pre-patch Sliquifier, god tier. Probably the best Wonder Weapon of all time. Post-patch,
Really?
it's still really good, but not anywhere near what it was pre-patch.
That dragon's sick. Yeah,
Oh
the map
yeah,
looks
with
pretty cool,
the
honestly.
it's got a cool atmosphere. It really
Yeah,
does,
it's
and it
really cool
makes you,
atmosphere. Like the rundown building, like it's
yeah, and it genuinely
got that
makes you
still
feel,
feels like it's creepy.
yeah, it does feel creepy, and I feel that whenever I play, because it genuinely feels like a zombie apocalypse happened, and
Yeah.
like these are just normal people turned to zombies trying to rip your heart out. In that intro sequence, when one of the main characters gets eaten alive by zombies, but then storyline stuff happens. They get teleported by Richtofen, and then they're all alive again because he reset the timeline at that current point. So,
Right.
but it was just
Call of Duty lore stuff.
yeah, Call of Duty lore stuff. Gotta love it. It's almost as, I have a bad habit for liking fandoms that have complex lores
Same,
that
dude. FNAF lore,
don't
top
quite
tier.
add up. Yep, FNAF, Call of Duty,
It's another one.
zombies, two really complex storylines. But the next map after Die Rise, honestly, I'll give it kind of the same ranking as Transit. Meh.
Meh,
Meh,
somewhere in the
with a
middle.
side of falling to your death and not having PhD Flopper, which they teased us with. Also, did you know,
Tasty Flopper.
fun fact,
Classic.
the Zombies director at the time, basically because he teased everybody and just pissed off the community by everybody wanted PhD Flopper, a perk from BO1, to return to
Mhm.
BO2, and it would have been game breaking on transit. It would have been game breaking on those maps because you wouldn't have taken the explosion damage. You wouldn't have taken damage by the fire. But and then also you wouldn't take fall damage, so all of your falling to your death wouldn't happen. And it was literally on the map, but it was inaccessible, and you would literally
Yeah,
go
damn.
down an elevator and you'd see it, and there was no way to get it. So it was just a giant
Bruh, so
f
it's
u.
like a giant
It was a
tease.
giant fu to the player base, and the guy
Yeah.
basically ended up getting told, "Look, this is going to be your last game now. You got blank amount of maps to produce, and you're out of here." And then he got
Dang.
no, he got I think he got moved to a different department, but he was done with the zombies. They kicked him off of the zombies project.
Oh, jeez.
So, and he was
That's crazy.
I want to say, yeah, David Vonderhaar. That's who it was.
Really? Was
Mr.
he Black
Vonder.
Ops 1 director too?
Yeah, I did the Black Ops 1 zombies, and he did a good
World
job there. But
World at
again,
War? Or no?
Word at War was kind of a hodgepodge because it
Oh,
was kind of a side project. I don't really think they had a main director. And
oh god.
then Jason Blundell took over in the next map, Mob of the Dead, and
Mop
that's
of
why
the Dead. I know that one.
Mob of the Dead is held in such high regard because you basically, if you guys don't remember, it takes place on Alcatraz prison.
I
You got
love that setting,
the
dude.
four mobsters that you get to play as. You have the ghosts, the afterlife mode. You got Brutus, the warden chasing after you. You have to
Mhm. I just bought this map recently. I was buying uh DLC, old DLC from different Call of Duties, and this was one of them. This is such a fun one, dude. I love the
Dude,
atmosphere in
Mob
this
of the
one.
Dead is definitely a lot of people's favorite maps of all time, and I can
Understandable, dude.
100% see why. I
Me too.
remember
It's up there for me.
I remember riding home from the bus the day the map came out and hearing from my friend
Fifth
Andrew.
grade.
Yep, and hearing from my friend that somehow you fly in a plane to get to Pack-a-Punch and then you fall off the plane onto the Golden Gate Bridge. And that was just such an
That's
absurd
so.
concept for me to hear
Yeah.
that it shattered my little mind. And I went home and I watched, actually no, I think I went over to his house that day to play it. And I remember seeing it and it was like we genuinely get to build a plane and try to fly to escape the zombies for once. Like we actually come up with a plan for once. That's crazy. But then
Yeah.
you end up getting stuck on the Golden Gate Bridge where Pack-a-Punch is. You have to kill yourself, and then the cycle continues. More zombies lore uh, commences where the mobsters basically they keep on, they're in a continuous cycle, purgatory that happens over and over, and no matter how many times they die they will come back and restart it
Oh,
unless the weasel, which is one of the players, which is
the weasel. Yeah.
one of the characters, ends up killing the three other mobsters to finish off the Easter egg. And then that's the only way that the cycle breaks, and then the weasel ends up going to help the premise crew later on down the road in Black Ops 4 to break their cycle in Blood of the Dead and all that fun
Oh,
lore
oh yeah,
crap.
blooded. Yeah. Yes, yes.
But Mob of the Dead, gold, great tier. It is,
Amazing.
yeah,
S tier. Love it.
yes, S tier, phenomenal map. I the wish it was a bit better for high rounding, considering all you can really do is go with the acid trap and using the acid gat instead of the blender gat, but or the sweeper. But other than that, it's a phenomenal map. You got the Hell's Retrievers. You get that by filling up the dog head. So many classic memories from this map and watching other YouTubers play it and do the Easter egg and all that stuff when I didn't have the game myself because I
Hmm.
wasn't old enough to own it.
Yeah.
But that brings me on to the next map, which is Buried. David Vonderhaar's
Very.
last map. And instead of going with the really difficult, insanely hard maps that he had been going for, it was the complete opposite. Like you had every tool at your disposal to basically.
I don't remember this one.
It takes place in Africa, but again, timeline, complicated story stuff. Somehow a Midwest town from like the 18th century gets stuck underground.
Oh,
So it's like a Midwest like cowboy vibe.
oh, that's sick.
And essentially, this is where the story of BO2's Easter eggs, the super Easter egg that had been going on between the maps. Basically, if you had been doing each Easter egg, you can either choose Richthofen's side or Maxis's side. And this is where it all, if you had been following Maxis and you do Maxis's side of the Easter egg, then you get the Maxis ending. If you follow
Oh,
Richtofen, then you do the Richtofen
it's like kind of in
ending.
the campaign.
Yeah, exactly. So you had different
That's cool they
endings
had that.
for the zombies in this, but this is kind of where it all comes to, you know, fruition. And so at the end of the Easter egg, canonically, what is it? Maxis ends up taking control of it, and I think he basically ends the universe is what he ends up doing.
Really,
essentially. And but the map itself is so like if you are just looking for
really cool
a
atmosphere.
map that you just again great atmosphere, you just want to hop on, basically just feel overpowered and have a great time and get to a high round. That is the go-to map because you get the paralyzer wonder weapon, which mind you has infinite ammo and
Oh,
will not and basically you can sit in a corner and get to whatever round you want with it. It's that broken. You have the Vulture Aid perk, which was only exclusive to this map, which showed you all the locations of anything that you'd need, pack a punch, perks, box location. But it would also drop money, it would drop bullets, it would drop a
mm,
green mist that you can stand in, and then all the
oh, my favorite
zombies
green mist.
basically zombie farts, and basically you become oblivious to all the zombies around you.
That's
So
crazy.
so it is just such between the wonder weapon, the new perk, the traps you have available to you are basically just insta kill traps that you can set up at amazing camping spots. This is one of the few maps, especially later on, that it's way better to just sit in camp than it is to train. And I mean, like,
Okay.
it brings me back to like camping on the catwalk on Doris, but like instead you're camping in the alley next to Jug, and you have a tramplestein trap, which basically just shoots a giant vortex of air and kills all the zombies. Or you have the head chopper, which is just an axe that you put on the wall and chops the heads of the
Hmm.
zombies off. Um,
Yes.
you have Leroy, the classic, where he helps you out by accessing different parts of the map. You have one of the only maps, I think the only map that ever did this, but basically you can choose where you want to put the weapons on the wall. So you go to one of the
Oh,
shops, you pick up a chalk drawing, and then you
no
go to
way.
that weapon on the wall, and then you put it on there, and it gives you 1,000 points for doing it.
That's really
So
cool.
if you go around and you just put all the chalk drawings on the wall, dude, you get like 10K right there. It
That's
is
insane.
so it's so easy to get points. The bank is right there. The witches mansion that you have to go through to get to Pack a Punch. So because you've never played it, I'll explain basically what the witches do. They're basically like these ghosts of like maidens or something like that. And when you enter the
Dick.
mansion, basically, yeah, thick. Thick when they're trying to steal all your money. So basically, they don't attack
Yeah,
you, but they
my
take your
favorite.
points away if they hit you
That's.
until until all of your points are gone. And
Hmm.
then they so basically you have to get through the witch's house, which is kind of like a maze in its own right. You have to go behind a bookcase, or you have to hit a bookcase that opens a hidden passage in the wall to be able to get
Damn.
through it. And then once you get through it, you get to a maze, like a hedge maze. And then you have to make your way through the maze. And then once you get your way through the maze, you can access Pack a Punch.
Damn.
But the good news is that if you break the fountain, that's like a water fountain that's in the courtyard, and then in the middle of the maze, there's
Yeah.
another fountain. And if you break that one, then you can basically just hop between the two spots. If you go into the one
Oh,
fountain,
that's
it'll
cool.
bring you onto the other one. So it's basically a
Like a
little,
teleporter.
yeah, like a teleporter. So it's a little shortcut.
That's cool.
But yeah, I mean, it is just a phenomenal map. The Easter egg's
That sounds like
great.
a really cool
The
map,
map's
actually.
fun. I mean, easy as shit, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It's just a lot of fun because of it.
Right.
But
Yeah. Easy
uh
doesn't always mean bad.
yeah, but honestly, I'd put that at a pretty solid
Where would you put that one?
pretty I mean, I don't really have a tier list or anything, but if I was to rank it out
Yeah,
of
we don't.
10,
You don't
I'd
need
probably
a
put like 7 out of 10. I'd give it like
7 out of 10.
a really good time if you just want to hop on and just kill zombies and not care about picking up a bazillion different things and just get
Right.
to a high round without really paying attention.
Yeah.
So,
All
but
right.
that brings us to the final zombies map, which is Origins.
Origins.
Probably my second
Dude.
favorite out
What's
of
the giant robot's name, dude? Name again.
you got Thor, Odin, and one other one. But basically you have to go in. I used to play this map when I did finally get Black Ops 2 on the PS3. I
Yeah.
remember one summer spending so much time learning how to do this Easter egg, how to do it fully, how
Yeah.
to do it quickly,
Is it
and
one of the hardest Easter eggs?
yeah, I mean, like
That's
it
what I thought I
is.
heard.
It's a like one of the things they used that the Smith plays used to say was
We
a
don't talk about him on this channel.
yeah. But one of the things he used to say, and I've heard it said by other YouTubers, Renzaru is another one who's brought it up, that I think it's just a good quote, but it's like a test of skill back in the day used to be if you were at like a top tier zombies player, then you were able to complete the Origins Easter egg. That was kind of like a test of skill. I mean,
Okay.
nowadays a lot of people can do it, but again,
One of the harder
it's
ones.
still like that initial hard Easter egg that once you do it, you kind of understand, like, yes, all the Easter eggs have difficulty, but it's rewarding at the end of it. And
Right.
it's
What
like,
was the reward for this one?
yeah, you get a final cutscene, but like it's the build up to it and just the hard work, and it's just a reward in itself when you finally complete it because it's a
Right.
difficult Easter egg. So, but
Yeah.
um,
It's fulfilling.
yeah, very fulfilling. And this was before they did boss fights or anything like that. Where it's
Oh, okay.
in BO3 they have boss fights that you
Yep.
do, which makes it even more rewarding to do it.
I
But
love boss.
I used to just I remember so many summers either doing high round attempts and getting to like round 75, 80 on this map, or
Mm-hmm.
doing the speed run, or not trying to speed run, just trying to master doing the Easter egg and trying to learn all the steps without having to look up guides, trying to upgrade the stabs. I mean, I always had to have a photo for the stab upgrades because it's just Origins is one of the maps that if you don't do it often, it is very beneficial to have the COD wiki pulled up next to you
Gosh, it's
because
one of those ones.
yes,
Yeah, I've
it's
only played it a couple times, so I probably need it.
one of the
Especially when I
map.
was going for the Easter egg.
Some people like to call it a collectathon
Hmm.
because you spend a lot of time collecting parts for the stabs and all the stab
Right. That
parts.
sounds
There's
fun.
to be able to start the Easter egg, you basically, even if you're doing it solo, you have to fully upgrade all 4 stabs, which, mind you, each staff is like a 8-step process,
Oh, I
including
remember
including the
that.
3 steps to get each individual piece, and each
Mm-hmm.
staff is different on how you get the pieces and how you upgrade them. I mean,
That's right. I must have played it a couple times
similar
or tried
steps
it.
across the board, but like it all adds up because it's a lot to remember, especially for
Yeah.
one map if you're gonna be doing it fully. And it got to the point where like when I just casually played the map, my casual play is setting up to do the Easter egg, and then I get to a point where I could start the Easter egg, and I'm like, wait, I don't want to do the Easter egg on this map. That's just draining. I just want to have fun. And then I realize,
Right.
so it's difficult for me to necessarily find that balance in
Kind of hard for you to play that
Origins.
map without trying to go for the Easter egg.
Yeah, it's
I
difficult to
see.
where it's not like one of those maps where you can just pick up and play with whatever, just go for the box, use whatever gun the box gives you, get
Like
pack a
town.
punch, town or
Yeah.
Derice or I mean, there's even in Cold War, I'd say like hopping on like Mauer Toten or
Mm-hmm.
um, what is it, Firebase Z or some of the other ones.
Yeah.
It's
Die
some
Machine.
Die Machine is such a good one to hop on
I
and
like
just
Die
play.
Machine a
Yeah,
lot.
Die
Yeah.
Machine's a lot of fun. I really do.
Yeah.
Or even Outbreak. Outbreak's so
Yeah.
casual to
Outbreaks. I
hop
do like
on.
that. Dude, Outbreak's actually really fun. Like
I
that
love
was like
Outbreak. People give it a
that's
hard
high
time,
round,
but
high
I
round.
really like Outbreak.
I like I did kind of give it a hard time when I was playing it, but like I had fun while I was playing it. I just
Yeah.
like felt like it was like really easy and like
I
we
like, yeah,
were
but
going on
that's
for a
until
long
you get
time.
into the higher zones, and then it really starts getting
Yeah.
tough.
I actually
So,
I did like that aspect going to higher
so,
zones and stuff, and that was fun.
but I mean, overall, I mean, for Black Ops 2, out of all the
Yeah.
zombies, I would probably rank it for personally Black Ops 3 for I think for any zombies fan. I mean, for personal favorites, it can be anybody. It can always be a personal favorite to someone, but like the objective best always has to be BO3 because it just
For zombies you're talking
for
about?
zombies it is. Yeah. It is the
Gotcha.
best experience for zombies. But if you were to have, like, if I was to rank BO2, I don't know where exactly I'd put it in the total list, but I would put it above World at War for mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
It's
How
tough
about Black Ops One?
because yeah, that's what I'm really struggling with because
They're kind of neck and neck, like
yeah,
by each
that's
other.
so difficult
That's how I
because
feel with them too.
BO1 also has bangers and misses,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
it's it's so difficult to
And you
pick
think
one or the
BO
other.
three like perfect to you pretty much? Like every
BO3,
map's amazing.
I think there is no perfect yet, but it's the closest thing that we have to it.
Gotcha.
So it's the top, but I would
That's gonna be
probably
next week's podcast. That's gonna be
yes,
fun.
exactly. Next time's podcast will be
I have
I
a lot to say about BO3.
yes, a
And then
lot to
it's gonna be
say.
sitting. I'm gonna try to do some homework, play a couple BO3 zombies maps. So I'm gonna be sitting there like out of my brain because I haven't played like any of the zombies in BO3. I don't think like one of the few I haven't played like any of.
For objective best,
With the
I
you
guess
maybe.
that truth be told, I think that a BO2 has to go above BO1 because it implemented new features and new things that are staples now today. And not saying that BO1 didn't, but it continued to build upon it. So
Right.
it's just really tricky to put it. So, but I guess that at the end of this
Then we'll
whole
save BO4
series,
and Cold War for when we go to those.
at
So,
the end
but
of
I'm
this
curious where
whole
you put those two. Sorry.
yes, at the end of this whole series, we'll have to do a little tier list and just quickly throw it
Yeah,
together. But I mean, well, I guess
definitely.
stay tuned till next week and we'll go over
Hope you guys
BO3
enjoyed
then.
it.
So, hope you guys enjoyed and we'll see you guys then. Like, subscribe, and comment below what your favorite BO2 memory is. See you guys.
Peace.